What does eternal really mean? Think about this, because the answer to this question helps us so much understand how this works. Because we tend to believe we're in this life, and this is a temporary life. We're here 1 minute, and then we're dead. And then now there's a part of us that says, well, maybe I move on to somewhere here and there. But there's this idea of a separate life while I'm here. What if this was all one life? Just like if you got in a car and you drove down the road, and then you got out and you got into an airplane, and then you flew, and then you got out and you went to another car. You see, one journey, 3 different automobiles. And what if this is the same thing? One life, eternal, based on specific laws. Now that would change things, wouldn't it? So if that's the possible, how can there be lack? If that's possible, how can there be loss? How can there even be death or endings? Because the more we understand, if it's an eternal flow, how can you turn it off? If it's an eternal flow, how can you not get what you want? If it's an eternal flow, how is the universe not set up perfectly to give you everything you think you're missing? You see, and that's the key. If you're at 20%, the universe has 80. It's just the way that it is. We would call it negative and the positive flowing in. But it must be. It must be. And the more we recognize that, then why are we going to stay back down where we're not happy and where we're missing everything and where we feel deprived? We won't. We'll understand that it must be coming. It must be flowing, because how can it? And I recommend sit with that. So how can something not work out in an eternal life? How can well-being not be around the corner if you are eternal? You are eternal. That means whatever half you think you are, the other part is always there flowing in, always there flowing in. And the more we recognize that, and the more we have faith in that, and eventually knowledge in that truth, that law of how this works in this one life that we are having, then it will all be about what's next. Bring it on in. I'm excited for what's coming in. I'm excited for what's next. And I'm excited for my future. I'm excited for who I am eternally.